Hi, I'm Jitesh, working with the IT department of this prestigious institution, headed by Sri P.R. Krishnakumarji, son of our founder Ramavarier. It has been a privilege for me to have been working here, and it's almost like 20 plus years since I've been here. Had closely worked with Krishnakumarji, and I'm well aware of his vision and mission in promoting Ayurveda globally. One such event was, say, like in 2007-2008, which was the birth centenary celebration of our founder Sri P.V. Ramavarier. During that time, I had the privilege to meet many famous personalities from across the globe who were masters in their own domain. And one such person whom I met was Dr. Simone. She used to conduct Ayurveda courses for physicians from Switzerland. And she had been working closely with Krishnakumarji, and she was well aware of the vision and mission of our founder, Sri P.V. Ramavarier. So now let us hear what she has to say about her experience working here, and also about her understanding about the vision and mission of our founder Sri P.V. Ramavarier, and also of our beloved Krishnakumarji.
Namaste. I am Shivadasar Warrior, one of the trustees of the Ayurvedic Trust Coimbatore Limited, which was founded by our founder P.V. Ramavarier. Now we are standing in front of his photo. We have asked Dr. Simone of Switzerland to tell something about Dr. P.V. Ramavarier, his vision of globalizing Ayurveda, which she has learned from our then former Managing Director Padma Shri P.R. Krishnakumar. Her long association with our organization and her close association with P.R. Krishnakumar she has had the great vision of how to globalize Ayurveda, and personally knowing her through various other doctors in this organization, she has inculcated the habit of practicing the authentic and pure Ayurveda in whichever part of the world is. So she is the best person to explain what the vision of late P.V. Ramavarier is. And as P.V. Ramavarier, Dr. Simone is also born on the same nakshatra, Uyam. She is part of our institution. She has contributed a lot through our thought process, and so she was requested personally by me to give a message on the birth anniversary of P.V. Ramavarier. Thank you, Dr. Simone, for having given this video clipping. Thanks. And as Jitesh, our IT department head, has told, she is a part of our institution. Thank you.
Namaskar. Om Sri Dhanvantari Namaha. When I received Shivadasji's invitation to send a video message for the birth anniversary of P.V. Ramavarier, the founder of AVP, I felt moved and honored. It is a privilege to share with you my deep connect with such a luminous and exceptional being. In dear memory of P.V. Ramavarier, the great visionary. Is it because we were born under the same nakshatra, or simply because our souls were moved by a same inspiration, that we felt the same call, the same need, and that it has always been such a unique experience for me to read and hear about the visions and contributions of P.V. Ramavarier? It is like someone expressing on your behalf in most subtle details with the most accurate words, the crystal clear expression of your own soul. You don't feel the need of removing or adding anything. It is simple and complete. This is a very special, deeply moving experience, a privilege, and for me a unique one in this life. Of course, P.V. Ramavarier's work was achieved long before I started to contribute to the promotion and global spread of Ayurveda, and I can only bow before him. Hence, this feeling of immense joy and deep gratitude for the limitless support while reading his vision. In a nutshell, make authentic, traditional Ayurveda accessible to mankind as a medical system by the means of well-trained professionals and of quality medicines. This seems to be obvious when reading the classical texts, because they stipulate that Ayurveda represents universal knowledge that can be adopted anywhere on the planet, and that beside the patient, the three pillars of effective practice of Ayurveda are the Vaidya, the therapist, and the medicines. Yet, how come that P.V. Ramavarier had this vision of globalizing Ayurveda in times where Ayurveda was not even recognized in India? And he was very serious about it. This was no theory, but sheer practice, and he was going to dedicate his life to it, no matter what it would cost. One day, Krishna Kumarji, who was blessed in bringing his father's work to higher levels, told me that after graduating from Ayurveda College, he had felt the need to promote Ayurveda with the central government, but that even in those days, P.V. Ramavarier doubted about the outcomes of this undertaking. Yet, in spite of this, he would over all the previous years have tirelessly worked for the development and promotion of Ayurveda with view to its globalization. This is a real visionary. Even when there were seemingly no grounds for the realization of his visions, he would simply pursue his path and persevere without a second thought. Similarly, how come that as a Western physician, having not even traveled to India in those days, and in times where Ayurveda was only known as wellness massage in Switzerland, I felt the irresistible need to dedicate my life to the promotion of authentic Ayurveda as a medical system, not only in our country, but for mankind? This goes beyond any rational explanation. But one thing is certain. The cheerful guidance of P.V. Ramavarier's spirit helped me all through the journey, up to the regulatory work under the Swiss government and for the WHO benchmarks, where he enabled me to have a strong voice for not compromising with authenticity, even when at times I had a lonely stand. But it was worth it. The World Health Organization, WHO, did not yet exist when P.V. Ramavarier had the vision of globalizing Ayurveda. But his vision operated through the generations, and almost a century later led to the first and so far unparalleled WHO study on Ayurveda under the guidance of Krishna Kumarji, and has influenced the global benchmarks for the training and practice of Ayurveda as a medical system for mankind. Let us all be deeply inspired, motivated, and encouraged by this brilliant example of a true visionary. Let us stand up for what is right, for what is true, and for what is authentic. Because we all know that only these qualities allow any kind of sustainability. Anything else will simply disappear. So, Do we want to work only for the few years or decades that lie ahead of us? Or do we want to contribute to a real solution for sustainable global health for the generations to come? This is the question. India has the utmost privilege to bestow on humanity a proud and unique legacy. Do we want to be part of it? This is what P.V. Ramavarier invites us to do. So let us not waver, but follow a firm path and become one of the privileged actors of this exceptional journey. May P.V. Ramavarier be proud of what the Ayurveda community and each of us will do by living up to his luminous example. Thank you.